Oh! Hello and welcome back to episode 106 of Discovering SCP.
So, I used to be happy because I watched season 4, episode 2 of Game of Thrones.
We're still happy.
But then we lost about half an episode of recording due to malfunctions. And you guys missed probably our best banter yet.
It was the best episode ever, and quite frankly, now that you're not going to hear it, is it really worth going on? No, sorry, I didn't mean it.
You know, this is literally... Do you know about Tenacious D? Jack Black's comedy
I know what you're going to say.
The greatest tribute in the world. It was the greatest episode in the world!
Well, I've got a different article, because we already sort of read the majority of it, so there's no point reading it again.
Yes. Yeah, we've decided we might come back to it for the audience if my memory...
We're going to wait so long that we forget what we read.
Yes.
And then we'll come back to it. We're not going to tell you what it was.
Sorry. Yeah, I was about to. I stopped as soon as you said that. All right, what do you got for me today, Tan?
Alternative. Okay, let me show you what I have brought you today. We have SCP-001, The Black Moon, by Tan.
Yo! I retroactively became right pog!
Okay.
Yeah. Please let's both check this time. No, he did nothing wrong. Anomalous, edit that out. I will not have his name be stained.
But we are here. SCP-001. Tammany's Proposal 2. The Black Moon.
Last updated 1987.
Did we read my first proposal? I don't think we did.
What was? Well, give me a vague description of your first proposal.
I'm pretty sure we didn't.
Okay.
But anyway, non-linear
I will say it's really
storytelling.
bizarre to see an SCP that's not covered in fucking CSS. I'm not saying that's a positive or negative thing, but
I've
it's
never had any patience for it. I can't. I say that makes it sound like a moral stance. I can't do it.
Wait, have we read this? Because I just tried to upvote and it says it seems you've already rated this.
I probably sent you a link to it when I wrote it.
Oh, you know what? That's probably exact. Well, no, because I didn't have an account till we started the podcast, right?
I don't know. Well, we'll read it, and if you tell me that you read it already, we're fucked.
You know what? I might have just put a like on it, to support you, and never read it. I don't know.
That's what I expect.
Who knows? Okay, let's do this.
So let's get into it. Does the Black Moon howl? No.
That was pretty short.
Last updated 12/10/1987. Item number SCP-001. Object class Keter. Special containment procedures. All information gained from study of other anomalies which could potentially be of use in counteracting the SCP is to be transmitted to Site-01. Any obliterations to be recorded in as much detail as possible for reference when studying the SCP and potential countermeasures. All containment and neutralization efforts for SCP-001 are under the direct command of the Administrator at Site-01. Description. SCP-001 is an entropic entity of significant power and influence, believed to reside somewhere outside of conventional reality. In a majority of pre-Foundation records, SCP-001 is referred to as the Black Moon. Notes that other designations do exist, including the Pale Emperor, the Pit, and Finale.
Real quick side note, based on the way people talked about this SCP, I thought you wrote it a while ago. It came out after we started the podcast.
Yes. So this is me writing my own thing as what I think the Black Moon is. These references originally were just not...
That's why I got confused. The Black Moon's been around a while, but this is your take on it.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Actually, no, I invented it, actually.
Oh, nice. Good job.
And in fact, I invented the wiki as well. So, upvotes, please.
Upvote this if you like the SCP Wiki. Ignore if you love Satan.
Historical records, along with testimony from the Administrator, indicate that SCP-001's influence upon the material world consists of the sudden and random obliteration of conscious organisms. This obliteration consists of the organisms in question being spontaneously transmuted into a solid black substance, which then disappears entirely 4 seconds later. Analysis confirms that no trace of the victim remains following this. See document 001-1 for full analysis of known obliteration events.
Just get Thanos.
According to the Administrator, this obliteration is exceedingly rare, occurring only once every few decades, but he claims that the frequency and speed of these obliterations will increase exponentially over time. It is currently unknown whether SCP-001 possesses actual intelligence or simply acts as an impartial force. Information on SCP-001 obtained from numerous historical and prehistorical sources suggests that it is incapable of acting while being directly observed. These sources cannot be proven as reliable, however, as none list incidents of this approach actually being successful. In addition, due to the fact that SCP-001 does not exist in conventional reality and acts remotely, direct observation of it is not currently possible.
Oh wait, it's just like 173 for real.
Due to the fact that, if the Administrator's hypothesis is correct, SCP-001 has potential to present a total existential threat if left to its own devices, the execution of Project Oromastes has been approved. Project Oromastes consists of the intentional creation and modification of anomalous objects in order to aid in the containment or neutralization of SCP-001.
Okay, so if I'm understanding this, this is one way to explain why the Foundation exists, essentially. Is like, we capture and study all these anomalies to see if we can use them to stop this, or is this just like like they existed before this, but now that's just like
this
a
is the
side
big boy,
project?
is what I'm thinking, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I figured, because it's an 001, and typically, from what I understand, not always, but 001s tend to be like, someone's like, okay, here's the big of the Foundation, whether it's the big event, or the big anomaly, or
it's a big thing, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's like the whole reason it exists. No, it's just a big boy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's their big... Okay, that's fair. Alright, and then I see there's one line left, but I assume it's going to lead to a big page.
For further information on direct containment efforts for the SCP, refer to attached file.
Okay, and the file is actually just a piece of paper with my severed limb on it.
And then here we have another page. Does the Black Moon howl? Not without blood. Last updated 11/04/1991. Item number SCP-001-Cage. Object class Formiel. Special containment
That's Cage spelled like Nicolas Cage, in case you were confused.
Special
As
containment
opposed to the other
procedures. As agreed upon during the formation of the current Foundation's structure and mission statements, SCP-001 Cage is to be confined to Site-1 at all times. Security personnel to constantly accompany Cage to ensure this agreement is honoured, and are authorised to incapacitate it via the use of tranquilizers in the event that he attempts to leave. All research by...
Wow, can't even read the thing you wrote.
All research by Cage on SCP-001 has been conducted on Level 4 of Site-1, working with a group of personally chosen research staff. Any outside communication required for this research should be performed either remotely or through an intermediary. These containment procedures are currently subject to change pending the completion of the Singular Conceptual Bunker, SCB.
So this is sort of like, I mean, it's not the same thing.
It's related.
Wait, what? Hold on, what?
It's sort of related. It's under the same sort of umbrella of documents here, which is why it's 1-something else.
Oh, this is its own separate thing. Okay, I was gonna say this reminded me of that thing that Marion was in. Remember, to like fight against the starfish, and I was assuming this was like how they were gonna observe the thing through it. Was I understanding that right, or am I stupid?
Not. Okay. Well, we'll see. Description: SCP-001 Cage is a human male appearing to be in his late 30s.
It's Nicolas Cage!
Referring to in the majority of official Foundation records as the Administrator, played by Nicolas Cage. In actuality, the specific age of SCP Cage is unknown, but is believed to be significantly longer than the majority of known human civilization.
Damn.
During his time in containment, Cage has shown no signs of aging beyond his original appearance. No known means of permanently injuring or incapacitating it exist, as all wounds inflicted to his body will be reversed following a period of exactly 4 seconds, regardless of severity.
Oh, so whenever he's hit, the 001 activates.
Well, no, if he gets hit, the damage will be reversed after 4 seconds.
Oh, but I thought with the 4-second delay of murder, that's how the... Okay, I'm stupid.
It's just the same timing.
I gotcha.
Tranquilizers have proven to be effective to a limited degree, as Cage will remain unconscious for a short time after the tranquilizer leaves his system. When questioned regarding his immortality and invincibility, SCP Cage has claimed it as a result of being designated as the Counterbalance, an entity charged with pursuing SCP-001. According to SCP Cage, designation of the Counterbalance is one that can be transferred to another, but he's refused to transfer it to another member of Foundation personnel to prove this. SCP Cage is the original founder of the SCP Foundation, having gathered the first O5 Council and provided information on a number of anomalous items gathered over the course of his pre-Foundation lifespan. In exchange for submitting to containment himself and providing the previously mentioned intelligence, Cage was provided with the resources required to research SCP-001 and methods of containing or neutralizing it.
Wait, what? So he's the original founder, but he had to, agree to imprison himself?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Whereas, I'll tell you about all this shit, I'll give you the stuff you need to know how to contain it, I'll let you contain me, but in exchange you have to help me do this.
But why would he need to be contained?
In exchange for them helping him.
No, but if he was the founder, there was no founder. Did he just go up to a bunch of guys?
He doesn't have the resources. He got the people together. Because he needs the resources.
Yeah, and then he was like, I'll let you guys put me in a box if you put all these other things in boxes.
Well,
they didn't care yet, did they? Didn't exist.
Well, it's not mentioned. Well, the SCP Foundation is the foundation. It's not necessarily the first organization that researches this stuff.
Oh. What would you do if Cage offered to teach you about the world if you put him in a box? Would you say yes?
Get in. My lord, I had forgot the box. Addendum Cage-1. Interview log. Can you do a Nicolas Cage impression out of curiosity?
I forgot what he sounds like. Can you give me an example?
Think he doesn't got that distinctive a voice, so...
Yeah. He's just like, I'm Nicolas Cage.
Since the original formation of the Foundation in Blank, Cage has been subject to periodic interviews with members of the O5 Council in order to ascertain both his current mental state and the effectiveness of research into SCP-001. The following is the latest such interview. A full archive is available on the Site-1 database.
Alright, am I Cage or are you Cage?
I'll be O5-free.
Go for it.
Yeah, we're recording. Are you ready to begin?
Gosh, that's fantastic. I've really taken a liking to recording equipment recently. Did you know? So convenient.
So, we need to begin as always, the memory test.
Are you new?
I'm sorry?
I don't think I've seen you before. Are you new?
I've been in my current position for 30 years now.
So you are new then. Sorry, the memory test. Go ahead.
I will unfold a sheet of paper and begin reading from it. Do you recall when you were born?
4 names.
Can you expand on that, please?
You need names when there's a risk of confusing people. When I was born, there weren't enough people for that to be a concern.
I see. And do you recall how you obtained your current anomalous properties?
The counterbalance?
If that's what you like to call it.
We had a village on the end of the sea. Just tents and caves. But it was a village for those times. I was the boy then. The closest thing to a name was what you were, because there was only one of you in the whole world. One day, someone new came, the hermit. He looked like he'd never eaten a day in his life, like a skeleton, but he never died. He came to the center of our village, sat on a stone and waited. And a few days later, the black moon howled.
001?
The black moon. The youngest hunter was just walking to his cave, and then he was gone. A pitch-black statue mid-stride, 4 seconds, then nothing. Then the hermit turned to me, asked me what I'd seen. I told him. He told me about the black moon. Told me everything he'd managed to learn over the course of his immortal life. Took him about 4 minutes.
You spoke quickly?
No, he just didn't know much. He'd lived 1,000 years. And then he gave it to me. He turned into dust, and I started walking. Is that enough? Can we move on?
Yes, that's enough.
I see. What else is there?
You've cleared the memory test, so how are things going in regards to 001 now?
Slow, but that's no surprise. It's been slow from the beginning. Dr. Moto has a proposal we're all very excited about, though, and I've always staked my hopes on the SCP.
Interesting. Could you go into these a bit more?
What's the SCB?
The containment bunker that was mentioned.
Ah. I've sent the project proposals, and they've both been approved. That will be sufficient.
Even so, I prefer to discuss them with you now.
You think I'm full of shit, don't you?
Excuse me?
You think one of 3 things. That I'm lying, that I'm delusional, or that I'm fighting a pointless battle. From your eyes, I'd say it's one of the first 2. Probably the first.
I assure you I have the utmost respect.
For your position and contribution, yes, thank you very much. But I prefer if you didn't lie about your personal feelings. It's demeaning to both of us.
You seem to be speaking as though you know my personal feelings.
Yes, that's right.
You're not a telepath. We confirmed that decades ago.
No, I'm not. Your predecessors did fine work. People like to think that every single person is unique. But the thing is, and this is just my personal opinion, so please don't take it as fact. Is this guy from the Midwest? There are only a limited number of people, 100 or so, and they just happen over and over with minor variations between them. A bit of a temper, a predilection for flowers, a fear of wasps, all of it's window dressing for the same few archetypes.
That's...
And once you've been around as long as I have, you find it very easy to recognize.
This is like the ultimate guy who reads too many tropes and he thinks like real life is a book.
Well, again, please don't lie to me. I've heard it all before.
I think you've got the wrong idea about me. I do have doubts, but as I said, I have the utmost respect for you. But if, as you say, 001 is an entity that can only be stopped by being observed, but can never be observed, it seems the effort expended is pointless.
Have you read Moby Dick yet?
Yes?
It's a new book from Mr. Melville. I've really identified with it. There's this character in an Ahab who was this scuffle with a whale. Ends poorly for him.
It's my impression that the book was about how Ahab's pursuit of revenge against nature was doomed to fail from the start.
Really? That wasn't my impression.
What was yours then?
That Ahab just didn't try.
Giga shot?
Sorry.
That Ahab just didn't try hard enough.
I can't take this character seriously. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to insult your work. This is I'm intrigued, but that's really funny to me. He just comes off as the ultimate, like, Redditor. I love it. I'm sorry, Tan. I'm sorry. Are you mad at me?
I'm fine.
Don't be mad at me. Okay, sorry. Back to you.
Addendum Cage 2. Following this interview, SCP Cage has provided further information on Dr. Moto's proposal regarding containment of SCP-1 and the purview of Project Aramastes. Updated records of the containment efforts are available in the attached file.
Alright, I'm ready. I'm so hype.
Does the Black Moon howl? Only at the blind.
Fucking ableist?
Last updated,
Answer?
02-05-1993. Item number, SCP-001-Key. Object class, Formiel. Special containment procedures. Materials used...
So is this the key to the cage, presumably?
Well, let's find out. Special containment procedures. Materials used for the creation of key instances to be stored in a secure warehouse at Site-01. Any record of the concepts used to link an instance of key to SCP-001 is to be kept only on the secure Site-1 database, and amnestic therapy is to be used to prevent knowledge of said concepts from leaving Site-01. Any non-viable SCP-001-Key instances created as part of the project are to be stored in containment for further study that may benefit SCP-001 research efforts. Once the capabilities of key instances have been fully ascertained, containment of them in locations outside 01 is approved. In order to maintain potential containment of SCP-1, however, all instances of -Key must remain under observation at all times. All creation of new -Key instances and research of existing instances must be approved by Dr. Moto. Description.
Huh.
SCP.
I'm trying to guess what it is. Oh, sorry. Never mind. Go.
No worries. Well, please guess.
I was gonna say it seemed like they were making, like, I guess zombies to stare at it. I don't know. It's very bizarre.
Description. SCP Key is a collective designation for a series of inanimate objects artificially linked to SCP-001 using conceptual engineering. Although the specific behaviour of each instance differs, the consistent characteristics of a successful instance are an inability to act while under observation, a hostility towards conscious life, the capacity to end conscious life if given the opportunity.
Is this 173?
All instances of -Key were created in the hopes that, by conceptually linking to SCP-001, observation of -Key would be equal to observation of SCP-001.
Is this how 173 was made?
Thus let me finish the fucking sentence! Thus resulting in a whole set of obliterations.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I've got my Darnell punching bag here, and I'm punching it with such fury.
Ow, I can feel it! It's conceptually linked to me! It's actually funny, because from when I knew Tan, I remember you really liking conceptual stuff then, and I can see that hasn't left you, and that's awesome. I know that was like your big thing was conceptual bullshit.
Exactly.
Right?
I love concepts, ideas. I want to
He does.
incorporate them into my being. My index
Okay,
of characteristics.
Damn.
Addendum key-1, instance log. The following is a record of instances created as part of the key project. Note that only successful instances have been recorded. A full list is produced as available from the Site 1 archives. Alright, I'll pass this over to you for a little bit.
I think it's a cool note that you made the Dr. Moto, by the way. Well played. Instance, SCP-001-Key-03. Further information. Instance took the form of a humanoid statue which, when unobserved, appeared behind the nearest individual in a threatening posture. Comments. Subject judged only as a partial success. It's unclear whether its behavior is due to actual hostility or simply playfulness. Relocated. Dr. Moto. And then, do you see how it's 07 and there's a key? Further information. Instance SCP-001-Key-07. Instance took the form of a humanoid statue which, when unobserved, attempts to snap the neck of the nearest individual. Success! Subject demonstrates all 3 properties required for a viable 001-Key instance, and the minor scale of its attack makes it easily manageable. Although we must continue producing instances for the greatest risk of success, this is a very good sign. Hell yeah. SCP-001-Key... Are the rest of these also SCP references?
The first 2 are actual SCPs. These are my own creations from now on.
Based. Oh wait, 001-Key-03 was one?
Yeah.
Oh. SCP-1-Key-12. Instance took the form of a spherical sculpture floating 1 meter in the air. Immediately after becoming unobserved for a period of 0.2 seconds, the key violently exploded, resulting in the deaths of attending personnel. Although the instance was a success in terms of demonstrating the required characteristics, it was an unequivocal failure in the fact that it immediately self-terminated. The deaths are a tragedy too, but as long as we can achieve our goals, the lives we will save will be more than equal. SCP-001-Key-13. Instance took the form of a sculpture of a human head 3 meters in height and 2 meters in width. When unobserved, 1-Key-13 immediately breached containment by ramming through the nearest wall at extremely high speeds and proceeding to attempt an escape from Site-01. Instance was recontained after breaching the outer wall of Site-01 and attempting to flee across the desert. Unclear whether this instance demonstrated the required characteristics. While the escape resulted in the deaths of 19 personnel, God rest their souls, it's unclear whether this was intentional or simply collateral damage. All the same, I've ordered this one terminated due to the difficulty of containment. SCP-001-Key-14. Instance took the form of a complex of intersecting stalagmites and stalactites with a series of coral-like growths erupting from the central mass. When unobserved for 0.2 seconds, no activity was immediately observed. However, later investigation revealed that during those 0.2 seconds, 142 civilians staying at the Blank Blank Hotel in Redacted were there's a footnote. The closest human settlement to Site-01 were killed via spontaneous and simultaneous human combustion. Jeez. An unacceptable loss of life and breach of secrecy. I'm told anomalous means had to be used to prevent the collapse of the Veil in this case. I've ordered an immediate halt to production of SCP-001-Key instances. If the principles behind the project hold, observation of all the extant instances we've produced so far should be sufficient to prevent 001 from acting. At any rate, there have been no obliterations recorded since the project began. Addendum... sorry. Back to you.
Oh, yes, okay. Addendum Key-02. On 1/29/1993, the first observed double obliteration event caused by SCP-001 was recorded in Rome, Italy, with 2 tourists spontaneously being erased. It was later confirmed that, at the time of this event, all extant instances of -Key were being observed. Several hours following news of this event, Dr. Moto left the following note in his office. "We're looking at nothing. I'm sorry, Administrator. I failed you, sir." Dr. Moto's body was later found in the temporary containment chamber of an SCP-Key instance, having entered under the guise of performing vital research using his Project Head authorization. Cause of death confirmed as a broken neck.
No! You killed off Moto 42 in your SCP? That's bold, sir.
The project was discontinued and all remaining -Key instances were moved to Site-19 in 1993.
And that's when it became 173 POG!
So everything is connected. Those fucking bullshit like TV series where it's like everything is connected. The 5 spin-offs that last 1 season each.
I like the idea of the conceptual link, but I did feel like they didn't really have a good way to do that other than just saying a thing is a thing. And if that's the case, you basically could say anything equates to a thing and act on it, which gets into some
the
weird
conceptual
stuff.
engineering is a MacGuffin. They do shit that I don't tell you about because I don't know how to actually do it because it's magic, basically.
Based.
Key 03, reallocation of resources. Following the cancellation of the Dash-Key project, all remaining resources were reallocated to the construction and launch of an experimental extraplanetary observation module. For more information on this project, consult the attached file. Does the Black Moon howl? Not while the stars shine. Last updated 08/11/37/64. Item number SCP-001.
Wait, what? Hold on. Sorry, I was getting a drink and I didn't know. It's 3764.
It's been taken.
Bros.
Object Class Form L. Special Containment Procedures. Due to its current mission of exploration, physical containment of Dash-Seek is not currently being enacted. All information received from it is to be logged directly onto the Site-1 database for analysis by members of the 001 Countermeasure Research Team. All alterations to Dash-Seek's planned route must be approved via a vote of the O5 Council.
Do you need me to read for a bit, or are you still good to keep going?
I'm still good. Well,
Alright,
I'll
go
get
for
to go through the description. Maybe you can do one of the addendums here.
No, I'm not, chomping at the bit to read. I just was worried because you've read, 3 articles in a row, essentially.
Description. SCP-001-Seek is a biomechanical space-varying vessel designed to traverse space in search of extraterrestrial civilization with potential useful intelligence regarding SCP-001.
Damn, it takes us that long to go search for aliens? It sucks.
Black in coloration, it is 1,000 meters in length, 300 meters in width, and 600 meters in height. Numerous frustras, cilia, and flagella are present along the length of its body in order to aid in movement while in space.
Ugh. It's weirdly biological.
Yeah. In order to the way I said it, yeah, sure fucking is.
I love cilia and flagella. I play Spore.
In order to assist it in this task, SCP-Seek has been equipped with the following anomalous technology under the purview of Project Oromastis. A Type 40 organic learning computer, artificially grown in such a manner that it is capable of handling a significantly greater capacity of information than any extant human or transhuman. A universal translator reverse engineered from the remains of the disassembled SCP 5 digits, capable of simulating languages in several nanoseconds and providing basic context. A transcription unit conceptually linked to an identical unit in Site-01, allowing the instantaneous transmission of information back and forth. 300 biological drones capable of flight and locomotion, directly controlled by SCP-001-Seek's organic learning computer via telepathic connection. 3,000 experimental cryogenic units capable of storing and preserving biological samples for extended periods of time. In order to prevent Dash-Seek from becoming a valid target for SCP-001, care has been taken to ensure that, although it's capable of feats of advanced intelligence, it is not actually conscious.
Okay, so basically, because any life form, it's not just humans, I guess, can
Any
be affected.
conscious
They had
life
to. Okay. How do they know it's not conscious?
Because they made it.
I mean, okay.
Addendum Dash-Seek-1. Extended Exploration Log. The following is a record of the most noteworthy explorations conducted by Dash-Seek. All reports were compiled directly by Dash-Seek's organic learning computer and transmitted to Site-1 Command. So, Exploration Seek-39, 02-12-3156, this is quite a while ago. Conditions. Planet theoretically capable of supporting human life, however persistent blizzards and snowstorms cover the planet. Most prominent signs of civilizations are on the largest northern continent and numerous smaller islands which dot the surface of the planet. Action taken. Planetary orbit established. All drones deployed to investigate signs of civilization. Civilization condition. No conscious life discovered. All settlements consist of abandoned villages and cities with primarily cone-based architecture. Signs of attempted evacuation present, with numerous abandoned space-worthy vessels discovered on the northern continent. Presumed obliteration of species occurred at least 1,000 years prior to arrival.
So the Black Moon already howled up in this bitch.
Yeah.
They did mention as time went on it was going to get faster and faster. And it's been a hot minute.
Relevant discoveries. Numerous artistic depiction of spherical life forms, presumably indigenous species, being obliterated by SCP-001. Several hundred spherical objects found at the bottom of a large cliff on the northern continent, indicating mass suicide on the part of said indigenous species. Numerous brick-shaped objects scattered throughout all settlements. Inspection by drones revealed these to be touch-based means of information storage. Majority of storage devices indicate the presence of numerous contradictory theories regarding obliteration events. Final verdict. No usable information uncovered. However, context confirms influence of SCP-001. I'll pass to you for
No,
this
make
bit.
it stop howling.
It's too loud. Stop howling. What the hell's wrong with you?
Exploration 001-Seek-202
I have.
on October... Wait, is this British or American dating?
Space dating.
So is it January or is it October?
It's January.
You bitch.
We
January
talked about the
10th,
colonies in this point in
3499.
the timeline.
Smile. Conditions. Planet incapable of supporting human life. Volcanic conditions across majority of the planet, with small temperate zones of poles. Signs of civilization present inside deep craters within previously mentioned temperate zones. Action taken. Planetary orbit established. Drones, self-modified, to withstand harsher conditions and dispatched onto the planet for investigation. Civilization condition. No conscious life discovered. Civilization consists of... Also, it's kind of fucked that all these aliens got fucked over, but, like, humans got to have the epic counterbalance. That's unfair, man. Civilization consists of large black cylindrical buildings, each thousands of meters tall. Investigation indicates that these function as mass communal dwelling areas, with living space for millions of organisms contained within each one. No sign of evacuation attempts. Obliteration of species believed to have occurred at least 100 years prior to arrival. Oh, they were just too late! Relevant discoveries. Statues of quadrupedal entities with hooked claws on each foot present on each floor of the communal buildings. Evidence suggests that these were the indigenous species of the planet. Script written on walls with the communal buildings indicate a general feeling of acceptance of the inevitable among the planetary population. Further translation indicates that individuals were instructed to remain in their homes and await the coming of the howl/reverberation. Numerous creatures infest... So they call it the howl... Does it make a howl noise when it happens?
Who knows? Yes. It does. I know.
Thank you. Numerous creatures infesting the communal buildings, superficially resembling armored bats. Inspection by drones confirmed these creatures were not conscious and operated solely on instinct. Records present in the structures indicated these were originally rare animals, considered a delicacy. Final verdict, full confirmation that 001 does not target non-conscious life, as the bat population on the planet had expanded to the point of them overrunning the ruins of the civilization in question. And do you want me to keep going, or are you good?
I can do another one now. Exploration 499, 08-11-37-64. Conditions. Entirety of planet has been urbanized with large artificial farms and nature reserves present on the roofs of megacities. Weather appears to be artificially stabilized to a neutral state at some point in the past, with regular rainfalls to provide for previously mentioned farms and nature reserves. Action taken. Planetary orbit established. All drones deployed to investigate all settlements over the course of 6 years. Civilization condition. Little conscious life discovered. Majority of the planet's cityscape has been overrun by non-conscious fauna and flora. Evidence suggests the planet was previously home to a highly advanced civilization in terms of technology, projected to be at least 1,000 years ahead of Earth. Numerous bunkers are present beneath the surface, presumably in an attempt to shield against SCP-001. However, if the majority of these were empty, it would appear that this was mostly unsuccessful. Relevant discoveries. Large amounts of data stored throughout the planet, indicating the indigenous species was a vaguely humanoid form of fungi, capable of linking telepathically to boost group intelligence while maintaining individuality. Numerous abandoned projects and high-security facilities throughout the planet, roughly analogous to previous attempts by the Foundation to observe SCP-001. Evidence suggests the executors of these projects were a local Foundation equivalent. One working cryogenic unit present in one of said high-security facilities, containing a surviving conscious organism from the planet. Unit recovered by drone and transferred to storage aboard -Seek. Final verdict, significant success. Individual potential knowledge of -001 has been recovered. In accordance with direct orders from the Administrator, O5 Council temporarily disbanded following 14-12-37-63 mass obliteration events, -Seek will now begin the journey back towards the Earth. Information on
So they were literally just like, go to aliens that have dealt with this and see if they can help?
Yeah.
Even though they also failed, clearly?
Information on recovered organism will be placed in an attached file.
Damn, this is like the SCP that never ends.
Yeah. You think there's an ending to this? If you think there's a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention.
Oh my god, 5011.
Does the Black Moon howl? Only when waning. Last updated 0305-5011. Item number SCP-001-Sage. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. Sage is to be kept in a standard humanoid containment chamber and provided with sustenance twice a day in accordance with nutritional charts. Sage.
This motherfucker.
Couldn't resist. I forgot I did that. The containment chamber housing Sage would be kept under guard by at least 2 members of security personnel at all times, which remain 3 meters away from said chamber in order to prevent potential telepathic influence. All interviews with SCP Sage were conducted by, not the administrator, but a member of Level 4 personnel. Description. Sage is a vaguely humanoid entity formed from various alien forms of fungus, acting in apparent symbiosis.
Is the Black Moon Howls SCP a precursor to Aetheral Space, by the way?
There are, actually, now that I'm reading it, there are probably some elements that have leaked into Aetheral Space here.
Space?
Analysis of Dash Sage, both prior and following its delivery to Earth, indicates that it is sapient, demonstrating the ability to communicate both between its constituent parts and humans via telepathic means. Its surface is a luminescent blue in terms of coloration, and the intensity of this luminescence has been observed to intensify and correspond to deep thought or extreme emotion. Prior to delivery on Earth, SCP Sage was discovered on a planet which it has identified as the Single Star, where it claims to have served as a scholarly figure of great renown. According to its own testimony, the primary subject of Sage's study was a phenomenon designated by the Foundation as SCP-001. Following the failure of the Single Star government to formulate a countermeasure to it, however, Sage placed itself into cryogenic sleep in the hopes that it could subsequently escape its effects. Note that, as the failure of the New Mexico Long Sleep Project indicates, cryogenic sleep provides no defense against 001, suggesting that Sage's arrival was a matter of chance more than any other factor. Evidence suggests that, originally, members of Sage's species would boost their own intelligence by telepathically interfacing with others of their kind. However, as Sage is now the only extant member of said species, it has demonstrated great difficulty in tasks that require assimilating new ideas or expanding upon existing knowledge. We have an addendum here, so you're the administrator, so...
Okay.
The following is a transcription of an interview between the administrator and Sage shortly before activation of the Singular Conceptual Bunker, SCB. As the administrator's unique properties provide defense against telepathic assault as well as physical, he was able to approach at close distance without being put at risk. Sorry,
I have some crackpot theories in my head that I want to get out before I forget.
Okay.
So if you remember in 5000, there was this element of like people hatching into something and becoming something else. Something synonymous with 682, kind of, or like something vague. I'm wondering if that was a response to this. Because maybe they were taking out... Because remember, they talked about removing humanity's weakness, like removing consciousness, perhaps, and becoming beings of pure instinct to escape this.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you could... I don't expect you to, obviously, to maintain the mystique, but like you could confirm you are the writer of both.
Well, I'm not gonna...
But that's my crackpot... That's my crackpot theory, and I actually feel like it has some traction. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me. Anyway, I just wanted to get that out because I didn't want to forget it.
No problem. Begin log. The administrator enters a containment chamber. Sage has positioned itself in the center of the room.
Alright, Oh, sorry.
Hello there.
General Kenobi! No. Upon sighting the administrator, Sage flares with an intense blue light, disrupting recording equipment for several seconds. Counterbalance.
You're well informed. Mind if I take a seat?
Take a... Yes, I see. Yes.
Oh, sorry, that's you.
The administrator sits cross-legged across from Sage.
Thanks much. I'm the administrator. Do you have a name?
It glows intensely. My name is a sequence of lights and movements your body configuration is not capable of. Here I am called SCP-001-Sage. That is correct, isn't it?
If you're fine with it.
Yes, it does not matter.
Is there a way?
A way?
A way to stop the Black Moon?
Yes, you already know there is a way.
You're reading my mind.
Your mind is screaming at me. I could hardly ignore it if I wanted to. SZB. Is that it? What is it?
Victory. But it will take a very, very long time. I don't know if I can... I've waited so long already. I'm very tired.
Pause. The administrator wipes his brow.
There are people who've loved me, I think. Were there people who loved you?
Yes.
We've left them all behind to end up here.
Yes.
I don't know how much more I can leave behind.
And then give the counterbalance to another. The administrator looks up at Sage.
How do you know about it? The counterbalance.
Once there was one with that on my planet, a mighty hero, but as you, he grew tired. He set sail to another world to hand off his burden, as I imagine it was handed to him, as I imagine his successor handed it off. A great chain spanning across the universe.
So what actually does the counterbalance get aside from immortality? Do they just instantly know about this thing?
Well, they're immune to it as well.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It was given to me by an old man.
Then he did not do as he should have. Will you?
I know how to win. I could just tell someone, give it to them.
You could. You could give it to me.
But I can't trust anyone else with it. I'm a notorious micromanager, you see. Besides, it's not all it's cracked up to be. Black Moon's still gonna kill me. It'll just kill me last. I'm sorry.
Do not be. From the moment thought is born in a species, the watching takes note of them. From then it is a matter of time. I have long since surpassed my own judgment. You say it'll take
time.
You say it'll take
Oh,
time.
that's you.
How much time?
Have you ever looked at the sky as night fell and watched the stars appear?
No, but I understand what you mean.
I'm gonna see them go away for good.
What good would victory do then? The administrator gets up and goes to leave. Sage again flirts with intense blue light. Counterbalance, what good will victory do then? The administrator turns and stares at Sage for several seconds. I see. How blasphemous of you. Hopefully, it works. The administrator leaves.
What the fuck? Is that why he's not allowed to visit anymore?
Well, immediately following this interview, the administrator proceeded to the singular conceptual bunker and entered it, leaving instructions for the Foundation to be run by a newly formed O5 Council in his indefinite absence.
How? I thought they all got owned.
Getting 13 new guys.
Damn.
Addendum Sage-2, Incident Reports. On 0105-5011, SCP-001-Sage was observed to suddenly flow with an intense blue light and speak the words, hopefully, hopefully. Immediately following this, Sage was converted to a solid black substance which disappeared 4 seconds later. Obliteration by SCP-001 confirmed. Reclassification to neutralize pending. When consulted on this matter inside the SCP, the administrator only indicated they were providing no further guidance, and that the SCP should be loaded onto the experimental memorial module at the first available opportunity. Information on this project is available in the attached file.
Oh, man.
We have another one here. We're reaching the end, though. Does the Black Moon howl?
Yeah.
Yes. Last updated, 2412, after names.
What?
Item
So, everyone's dead, pretty much. No one
Yes.
needs them anymore.
SCP-001-Tome. Object Class Formiel. Special Containment Procedures. Tome is to remain in orbit around Remus 9224, now believed to be the last remaining star. All operation of Tome is directed by the Commander. However, preparations will be made so that Tome can operate autonomously in the event that the Commander is obliterated. This will ensure that Tome can remain operational as long as possible following extinction of conscious life. All signals intercepted by Tome will be recorded and filed within its central computer. In order to...
Wait a minute! Crackpot theory. Remember when they were like, what is the point? What is the point? Hold on. I'm brain blasting. He is going to wait till everyone dies, including him, to counterbalance. Then something's going to happen that makes the guy vulnerable. All the stars are gone. But it's going to be observed. And then 2000's going to activate. And people are going to come back up.
Well, mate,
I'm 10,000 IQ.
in order to prevent other entities from attempting to salvage or take control of Tome, no signals will be sent out from the station under any circumstances. The singular containment bunker, SCP, located within Tome, is not to be disturbed under any circumstances. Description: SCP Tome is an installation designed to serve as a memorial following the extinction of conscious life, via intercepting the final transmissions of civilizations prior to obliteration. It's spherical in shape, 50 meters in diameter, and concealed from detection using a number of cloaking systems. In order to remain functioning as long as possible, the engine contained at the heart of Tome is capable of producing power via the harvesting of ambient hypothetical energy.
Okay.
Techno-babble, it works forever.
Yeah, okay. Hypothetical energy, okay.
Look at this guy. This guy knows what he discovered after names.
Shit, you right.
The artificial intelligence operating Tome systems also serves as a filter for signals being intercepted, allowing the majority of junk data to be deleted while retaining statements of historical and sentimental value. Note that this artificial intelligence has not passed the Yova test, and is thus not conscious enough to qualify for obliteration. Following the simultaneous obliteration of 209 human colonies in the year 73 to 89, it was determined that the continued existence of conscious life was no longer possible. In order to ensure information regarding conscious life survived as long as possible, the previously defunct Tome project was revived and launched. At the time of writing, SCP-001-Tome has been in operation for buffer overflow years.
No.
No, not the buffer.
Damn.
Addendum 001-Tome-01, transmission record. Maybe you want to read these.
Sure. The following is a record of relevant transmissions filed within Tome. Note that this is only a partial record. A full database is stored within the AWoo Tome computers. So this is just like taking anything for human posterity?
Yeah, the last words of civilizations, basically.
Do they know it exists and they're sending them out?
No.
Damn. Location, Lucifer, human colony. Oh. Filed by the commander. Hello? Is there anyone here? We require assistance. It's taking people every day. We need help. There's barely anyone left. We need help. Hello? Hello? Location, Venguabala, anti-human religious site. Filed by the commander. Message. Cabal 0943, we've abandoned the false flesh. We've abandoned the false flesh. The shepherd's crook broken neath my knee. Cabal 0943, Cabal 0943, forgive us, forgive us!
Here's some Tanhini law. When that says anti-human religious site, it's not like we are against humans, it's another species that are the anti-humans.
That's what I assumed.
Yeah.
Location, kitchen sink, human colony. Everything in the kitchen sink. Filed by the commander. Message... we're gonna leave this on. It's so dark outside now. It's blotting out the sun. I have to go now. Location, X92, Android commune. Automatically filed. No! The commander's dead! No! Respond first convenience emergency situation. Wait, does that mean that the commander wasn't the counterbalance then? Because he wasn't the last one killed?
The commander was just the guy in charge of this place.
Damn. Convenience emergency situation developing, require additional resources. Then what's the bunker? What's going on with that?
Well, the guy got in the bunker. He's like, put it on the Tome and don't ever bother me again.
Here's my... okay, new theory. I'm just throwing these out there like eggs at the wall. SCP-001 is going to need to interact with the bunker to kill him, and he'll be the last guy, but he'll be able to observe him from the bunker in any way that he can get in, so it's like a stalemate for all eternity. Location, Ocean Hate, Thought Space, automatically filed. My fault, your fault, our fault, my fault, your fault, our fault, my fault, your fault, our fault. Rip out my brain now, rip out my brain now! Location, Earth, Human Homeworld, automatically filed. Hello? But no, voice consistent with that of a young child. Location, Solitary Conceptual Bunker, automatically filed. It's ready. Wish me luck. Oh wait, no, that's him. It's ready. Wish me luck.
Then we have the final one here.
God, it's so long. God, who wrote this? Freaking Tanhoney?
You be your guy, I'll be everything else.
Okay, I'll be my guy.
The Solitary Conceptual Bunker. Visually, it resembles a bar. Bottles of liquor lined up on shelves, ashtrays ranged on the bar top, stools pulled up for patrons.
You just want them to have a cool bar scene where the administrator is the bartender and the Black Moon's the bar goer. They're going to chat while they're all menacing at each other.
Booths line the walls where groups can sit down for a drink together. The walls are made of fine, intricate brickwork, and the floor is made from the smoothest, most pristine wood. A jukebox corner releases songs to drift throughout the space. A man is behind the bar, scrubbing it down with a grim smile on his face. This is the administrator, and he is awaiting a visitor. He lifts the cloth from the bar.
There, just takes a little love.
The door to the bar opens. The Black Moon walks in. The administrator turns to look at him.
Well, well, well.
Well, there you are. Certainly took your time. Can I pour you a little something?
The Black Moon cocks its head for what little difference that makes. It is a shadow with delusions of form, like smoke trapped in a fist. When it speaks, it is thousands of tiny whispers building to a divine crescendo. What is this? No, okay, that didn't come out. My voice is not actually capable of doing what I was trying to do there. What is this? Hello?
I thought you did.
Sorry, I forgot. I did that. The administrator furrows his brow, smiles. The question itself is absurd to him, like a joke that he doesn't quite get.
Well, it's a bar. What, you don't drink?
The Black Moon steps forward, somehow drifting and stomping at the same time. A clicking growl escapes what might be lips. Why am I speaking? This is not my way. The administrator nods. This is an explanation he's been waiting to give for, wait, hold on 1 second. This illustration he's been waiting to give for billions of years. Perhaps more gloating than anything else, really, but all at the same time he comes around the bar, waving a finger to punctuate his point. It's big skipper energy.
I guess Ahab just didn't have enough determination after all.
Well, that's a very interesting question. You see, this whole place we're standing in is a singular containment bunker. Forgive me, the singular containment bunker. Everything here, including you and me, is just information.
Meaningless. The Black Moon takes a step forward. The administrator takes a step backwards. Despite everything, there's the fear of millennia in this space. He's going to keep his distance.
No, be fair now. This really was clever. You see, everything in here is only here because I provided the information. The bottles, the bar, the jukebox, the music, even the space I'm occupying. Hell, if I'd wanted to, I could have just left no room for you to enter, made this bunker completely sealed.
The Black Moon steps forward, the administrator backwards, retreating behind the bar once more, but talking all the while.
Of course, if I'd done that, you'd have just smashed this place to pieces because, after all, you're a universal constant, and this is just a measly pile of concepts stapled together. Which is why I left a human-shaped hole for you to occupy.
The Black Moon stops, pauses for a moment, hesitation born of uncertainty. Both new experiences to the death of ages. What have you done to me? The administrator grins. That shadow of fear is what he's waited so very long for.
I've provided the path of least resistance, and you took it, like I hoped you would. At least for the next few minutes, I've brought you down to my level.
The Black Moon barks like a dog, roars like a lion, hisses like a snake all at once. The fury of a supernova. The administrator gulps, but the grin remains on his face.
Oh, none of those were a howl.
Meaningless. You'll die all the same. The administrator sighs, disappointed, leaning on the bar surface he was just cleaning. He stares at the Black Moon straight on.
Oh, sorry, I'm just kind of disappointed. I've been waiting billions of years for this, and you're just being a cartoon villain for me right now. Not your fault, suppose. You're like an ocean being squeezed into a plastic bottle. You were never going to come out looking good.
The Black Moon resumes its approach, smoke fistball at smoke sides, its face the vaguest impression of a snarl. The administrator backs up again, hands in the air.
No, hold on. This is a prime opportunity here. We're here talking for the first time ever, so come on. Why don't you just stop? Just let us go. Why not?
Black Moon vaults the bar, wood cracking and rotting beneath it, a dreadful screech escaping its swirling lips. It lands in front of the administrator. Meaningless.
Guess that was too much to ask. Plan B, then.
In a flash of movement, a movement trained every day since time immemorial, the administrator reaches beneath the bar and pulls out a shotgun. He fires it, both barrels, right into the chest of the Black Moon. It goes staggering backwards, twin holes in its chest, but it does not fall, another Rashfordy anger erupting from it.
Oh, you're a little...
Roaring, the Black Moon charges at the administrator, tackling him full body and sending both of them tumbling to the floor. The shotgun skids away across the floor. The moment they're down, the Black Moon climbs atop the heap, wrapping the vestiges of its hands around the neck of the administrator. Gaseous as they appear, they're solid enough to squeeze at the very least, and squeeze they do. The administrator grasps, pulling at the Black Moon's hands, but its grip is like a vice. Even as his eyes bulge and his face turns blue, the administrator reaches up, grabs the Black Moon by the face, and slams it with all his strength into the side of the bar. Again, the two collapse into a heap. The only sounds are the growling of the Black Moon and the gasping of the administrator and the soft songs of the jukebox.
This is very much giving me Simon versus Anti-Spiral vibes. I'm loving it.
Fuck!
The administrator gets to his feet first, more used to physical form, and with more than a little bit of spite, stomps down on the joint of the Black Moon's knee. The Black Moon howls.
Alright guys, pack it up, we're done.
The schadenfreude lasts only a second though. The Black Moon grabs the administrator by the leg, pulling him back down to the ground. But as he falls, the human grabs hold of one of the ashtrays lined up on the bar, taking it with him. His head hits the wooden floor as he comes down hard, and blood runs down, blinding him in one eye. He twitches. Something important has been damaged. The Black Moon climbs atop him again, straddling in a mixture of passion and cold malevolence, clawing at his face with his bare hands. Meaningless! Meaningless! Just die! Summoning his last memories of strength, the administrator brings his arm up, the one holding the ashtray. The crystalline saucer comes down on the Black Moon's head once, twice, thrice, more. So many times that it becomes a blur of movement until the moment the Black Moon goes down, goes limp. The jukebox carries on its song. Sighing as if he's expelling all the energy he's built up over his life, the administrator rolls over, away from the corpse of the Black Moon. He lets go of the ashtray, now painted entirely with some awful oily substance. He closes his eyes for a moment, he thinks about resting. But there's one last thing he needs to do.
Come on, buddy, come on. Let's go.
The administrator climbs to his feet as best as he can, using the bar for support, blood still pouring down to cover his face. He won't last more than a few minutes. Doubtless he should be dead already. He staggers painfully slowly over to the jukebox. The song is almost over. He fishes in his pocket, pulls out a coin, smiles if it's the most beautiful thing left in the world. Maybe it is.
The thing is, this place is only information. There's nothing else out there. Not even matter. The universe closed its doors a long time ago. But this place can go from information back to matter with just the press of a button.
The song ends. He puts the coin in the jukebox. He closes his eyes.
Let's see what happens when we introduce something to nothing.
For a moment, it seems he will fall, but he doesn't. Instead, he slams the button.
Let there be lights!
Is this the Big Bang? Is
Big
this
Bang
the
2
implication?
does it again, yeah.
Oh, so this just happens for all eternity?
Well, maybe not. This is like, maybe it's not. I'm not gonna say it's a loop because it's not a loop, but it's Big
That would
Bang
be
2.
way too depressing. Damn. That was a journey. And that final anime fight, I really liked that the vibes it gave me.
Universal Grim Reaper killed it by having its head bashed in with an ashtray.
Based.
So, this was longer than I actually expected it to be. That's probably good because we didn't get many comments on the last episode.
I was pissed off about that.
You
All
can
right,
hear our memory as well.
I will
see
say,
our loyal viewers.
well, hold on. Before you comment, I didn't give this a rating yet.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I really liked it a lot. I thought it had some really cool ideas. I thought that the administrator was a bit of a redditor at times, but as it went on, I really liked the direction it went. I thought the ending, it was kind of like a funny thing, but also there was something kind of somber and profound to it. It was just interesting to watch. Like I said, it gave me vibes of Simon versus Anti-Spiral fight, which I'm a huge fan of. I would probably give this whole thing a 12 out of 10. My only criticism is I kind of don't think the key section was necessary. I like what it did as, like, there needed to be a step where they were trying countermeasures, but I feel like it was a little bit too much of just, like, an homage to previous stuff. But it still, I think, even then stood well on its own. That would be, like, my only criticism. But overall, I thought this was a really good piece. I really liked it. I thought
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, you can keep your upvote from me.
Oh my goodness.
I'm surprised it doesn't have more, to be honest. This is a banger.
Yeah, maybe you should go look at it, dear viewers.
Yeah. SCP authors, they always need more upvotes, am I right? Let me open up our video so I can read our...
there's less comments this time, but the better quality, I would say.
Really?
No.
I know why there's less comments, but I'm not going to say it.
Oh. What do you mean? It's because of what I did on the Korgo live stream.
No, wait, what did you do on the Korgo live stream?
I don't want to discuss that.
What? Did you actually do something bad? Are we
No.
canceled?
And this is my new meme where I vaguely referenced that I did something controversial on the call.
Oh yeah, I saw you do like a fun apology about it on Twitter.
This is just my Will
Alright.
Smith slap moment.
Yes, we have one very long comment from our guest last episode, Guare. By the way, how come you didn't put featuring Guare on the last episode?
I forgot. I'm so sorry, Guare.
Yeah, no worries. Just edit that in afterwards because
No.
you can change the
Yeah,
title.
well. just like, I'm so sorry. There's like, oh, okay, fix it. No.
No. Guare Fernandez Emil says, "For your safety, please read more ES." Wait, what?
What?
Now, seriously, it was great to be with you two. I still can't believe I became part of one of my favorite podcasts. Sorry for not speaking more. It was
Let's not
my
get
first time in
cocky.
something like...
You're a guest, okay? You're not part of the podcast. I'm sorry.
Hey,
That's a joke.
Hey! You leave my friend Guare alone!
Your
Sorry for not
friends
speaking more
or
with my...
your fiend.
It was... I don't even know what to say to that. Sorry for not speaking more. It was my first time in something like this, and I was nervous throughout the entirety of the episode. I'll tell you this, Guare. We have guests. I'm sure people have told. All our guests have been great. I'm not going to shit talk any of them. They've all been amazing. We love them.
Except
But some
for-
guests are more shy than others, and they need to be prodded a little bit. You're not the first to do that. You didn't do anything wrong. I
I
thought
didn't
you were
even
fine.
really
I thought
notice at
everyone
all, if
had
I'm
is fine.
honest.
Yeah. Usually, if I notice a guest quiet, I try to be like, "Hey, why don't you read this?" Or I'm like, "What do you think about it?" Like, I try to prod them.
And sometimes he does that
and
to
I-
me.
Yeah. So don't feel bad about that. You did fine. We were happy to have you. Amongst the things I forgot to do because of the nervousness was wrecking on Guard 43, a great canon which you should really check out. I hope people here like the skips I chose and check out more translated content from the Spanish-speaking wiki. There are many more great things that need more attention, both on the int branches hub in the main wiki and the International Translation Archive. The Spanish branch in particular is very small. For reference, ES100 won the contest only having 18 upvotes, but it has produced a lot of good articles and tales. As an apology for having made you read some long things last Sunday, have some recommendations of short stuff. SCP 6470, Omnipresent, just like 179 came from ES, this one came from CN, the Chinese wiki. SCP-6263, the Instant Karma. 6101, the most powerful SCP. I keep hearing about that one. 5538, the Holder of Abnormalities. Holder? What?
Oh.
Dan,
yeah.
put that on the list. Put that on the motherfucking list. 5034, the Meat Angels. Lame.
That's a Tammany.
4514.
What the fuck?
That kills
That's a
you.
Tammany! How dare you?
Maybe give it a less lame name. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I'm sure it's your Sarkic masterpiece.
It's not even Sarkic.
Here, can you keep talking? My headphones fucked up.
Oh, right. You have to actually produce words.
Yes,
hello,
thank you.
everyone. Hello.
No, that worked.
Oh, okay.
SCP-4514, thing that kills you. 4342, testing shall continue. 4296, the voyeur. 3158, inconvenient. ES202, what is Hansarp? And then ES076, which is a YouTube link. And to close this comment off, I hope we collaborate again. I'll show you more of the good stuff. This Monday I will begin the part of my studies in which I actually have to go to work on a company for a short while, and I'm sure that SCP content like yours will help make it a more enjoyable experience throughout. Well, thank you for the recommendations, and thank you for your time last week, Ware. It was awesome to have you on. You're a very cool guy, and hopefully we read at least some of those. I can't promise you. You got your way last time, you sneaky son of a bitch, by cheating the system, which no one will ever do from us again. You've won.
Never again will I follow a recommendation. I swore that a long time ago. You made me a liar. And I'm
Yeah,
pissed
you made
off.
him a liar.
And I'm gonna get
Yeah,
back
if
at
this
you.
was packed, he couldn't use magic anymore because of you. So.
One day you will feel safe and secure, and then all your joy will turn to dust in your mouth. And you'll never
Wait!
get
Oh my
his
god!
face.
Wait, Cersei called that, and that's gonna happen! Oh shit! Oh fuck! No! An anomalous writer says, quite the twist, and turns with the articles this time around. Bang her up once again. Shithalia says, I love 179. Love me a giant woman, no homo eyes. Darnell, please stop rolling your R's like that. I would like to say that was because my mouth is dry, and I would like to do a demonstration for you, but unironically, my mouth is dry again, and I'm not going to get up and get water to do that. But I do know how to roll my R's. Frick you.
Do it right now.
I can't. My mouth is dry. Do you mind if I get water?
Go ahead. I'll allow it.
All right, I'll be right back. And I'll prove my work.
What do you think I'll be able to do it, chat? There's no chat. What the fuck? Am I German now? Am I on fucking Twitch? What the fuck am I talking about? Time for our sponsor. don't forget to read A for All Space on Royal Road, linked in the description below. Dragan Hadrian was just an ordinary guy trying to get a promotion in Supremacy, the galaxy's greatest and most powerful nation. However, once he's unintentionally brought aboard to a ship ruled by a known dissident and his friends, he goes on the adventure of a lifetime.
Okay, so you're only supposed to roll your
Check out
R's when
description.
there are 2 R's in a word. However, I can't think of any Spanish words with 2 R's, so I'm just going to say some words with R's and do it. Amarillo. Well, no, fuck, I fucked it up!
Damn.
Amarillo.
It's too late.
Pelirrojo.
Can you roll A for All Space?
Ethereal space.
Great.
Yeah, I can roll my R's. I'm doing it right? I'm not crazy?
Yeah, it sounds fine to me.
Okay, good. Shidalia owned, I think. I was doing it literally all day earlier because I saw this comment preemptively to practice, and then I fucked it up in my first try. I'm so upset. Okay. JTKC says, "Oh wow, an SCP-ES episode. Didn't expect this. Hi, Guare. I've been reading a few SCP-KR stuff since I follow a few Korean SCP artists on Twitter, so this is really neat. Also, Sal Suesor is best SCP waifu no contest. Cassie would like a word with you. Watch your tongue, okay? By the way, there's also a tale where she meets Moon Champion. It's really cool. I actually would be interested in reading that. We've read about Moon Champion, didn't we?
He's the champion of the moon. What am I wrong?
Dayman. T Staff Wars Skip Squad says, also hi again, T Staff War. It's been a hot minute. Since Darnell mentioned the fact that you've never read a good extra dimensional did I say that?
I don't know if you said that.
I don't know. I don't think I said anything like that. I feel like the words have been ripped from my mouth and changed. I thought I'd take this moment to shout out my favorite CupidCon 2021 entry. SCP-5232, Roses in Her Eyes, about 2 researchers investigating an anomalous date booking site that creates extra-dimensional date night locations. Ooh. Comedy Man Kelp, who the fuck is smuggling elevators? Me, Darnell. And I will have you know that my esteemed peers in the Elevator Smuggling Guild and I do not take kindly to your slanderous words. We will be seeing you in court. Why would you go to court? You just admitted you smuggled elevators, idiot.
Nice one. You comedy man. Compared to the
So his original
mate,
comment...
you are the kelp.
By the way, proving that I read comments, and I don't just know this because of his reply. His original comment was like, I don't have anything funny to say, and then he changed it later.
Yeah, sure. He replied to himself saying, this comment originally said that I couldn't think of anything funny, but I edited it because inspiration struck me hours later.
Yeah, I know, but
that?
like, I read the comments like as soon as they come out. Like, as soon as the next episode's out, I wait like 2 hours and I read through them.
This guy's a fucking fake.
I'm not. I just said, despite the reply, I already...
Fake Andy.
I'm done talking to you now.
I'm sorry.
You're dead to me. It's okay. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Is there anything else we should mention, Tam, before we close out?
Can't think of anything. Read A for Space?
You know what would be a fucked up thumbnail?
What?
Is Tanhoney with a direwolf head sewed on.
That's entirely unrelated to what's happened in this episode.
I know, because the first time we recorded, we talked more about Game of Thrones. No, I'm sad. But I was going to think, because like Howling and the Wolves, and it would be like at the moon. I don't know. I'm stupid. Okay, bye!
Bye!